Washington County Commissioner Terry Baker has announced he is running for Congress. This is the first time a local boy has filed for national office in a long time. What are his chances? What will he do for us locally? Bob, what do you think?
You know, I don't know what he'll do for us locally or what his chances are, but I can guarantee you I am 100% behind Terry Baker for Congress.
Wow.
That's a pretty strong endorsement.
100%.
Why is that, Bob?
Well, because I believe that Terry could do us less harm in Congress.
No. Oh, no. Cheers to that.
And I truly believe that if he gets elected to Congress, Washington County will be better off.
So I got to ask, that, this guy has been the top vote getter for how many terms now? What has he done?
Nothing.
What has
He's
accomplished?
done nothing.
Other than
Nothing.
being against everything that the others are for, and not knowing whether he's in Clear Spring or Sharpsburg or wherever it was. I don't understand.
So
where does he get his base of support?
From low information voters. I don't mean to disparage it, but I'm just saying, I'm going to be honest. Terry Baker is the least effective county commissioner that we've had in years. His entire platform is, I'm just going to vote no. He's an intellectual lightweight. He's not prepared to be in Congress. This is my opinion, and I believe that he's not prepared to be in Congress. You have to think, when he first started running for this campaign, who was whispering in his ear that said, Terry, you should think about running for the United States Congress, the House of Representatives, but on what? His record? His record is non-existent because he doesn't have one. It's a shame for the people of the 6th Congressional District of Maryland to sit through this and watch this guy run for Congress. He's been terrible, absolutely horrible for Washington County.
Hopefully he'll be out in the primaries.
Yeah,
he might drop out.
If he's not,
where's
then
his money coming
we got
from?
another problem.
Well, you know what? I want to tell a personal anecdote, and I get really upset. I was having lunch at Bulls and Bears in late June, with Stu Mollendor, is a friend of mine, and another congressional candidate named Frank Howard. And I worked with Frank's organization down in Montgomery County called Change Montgomery County. Frank was the president. He's recently resigned because he's running for Congress in the 6th Congressional District. Well, I was having lunch in the middle of Bulls and Bears. Terry, Jeff Klein, and unelected County Commissioner Woody Spong all walked up, and they saw me having lunch with Frank and Stu, and all hell broke loose. And I just want to say, they said some really horrible things about me. They said it to everybody else. They started this drama that I'm just the worst person in the world, that and I just had lunch with the guy. I wasn't doing anything because Frank's my friend. And if Terry Baker can't handle people that are not supporting Terry Baker, how is he going to handle his colleagues in the United States Congress? Terry Baker is a coward. And I said this, he's a poltroon. I don't like the guy, and I hope he comes up short. I really do. The guy's a weakling. He's an intellectual midget. And that's how I feel.
Why don't you tell us how you really
No,
feel?
I don't like the guy.
I like poltroon. I haven't heard that term in forever.
I think
Carl,
the guy's
what's your
a goon.
opinion?
I don't have an opinion on
And I'm going to
one way
work
or
against
another.
him. I'm sorry, I get upset because Terry Baker said some really nasty things against me personally, and you don't do that. He's not even had the audacity to come up and say what he doesn't like about me. So if Terry has a problem, Terry, you know my cell phone number. Call me up. If you got a problem with me, call me, Terry. You're a coward.
Bob?
Okay, Corral.
I've known Terry since the first time he ran for county commissioner, and I had to work with him when I was the mayor of Hagerstown.
I like that. Had to work with him.
Well, listen. There are, in politics especially, there are people who have difference of opinions. Okay, that's fine. Everybody should have their own opinion. All right. My opinions, whenever I was dealing with Washington County, were based on what my constituents' needs were. Okay. Now I understand Washington County represents all of Washington County. I understand that. Okay, and it's not just about Hagerstown, Maryland, and it shouldn't be. It should be about all municipalities and all unincorporated areas, like it's supposed to be. But when you're at my table in my council chamber, it's about my citizens. It's not about anybody else. And,
Makes sense.
When we, as a city, had an ask we were asking for our constituents, who were in turn Washington County Commissioners' constituents also.
As well.
Right. So, you have to take that in consideration, plus the fact that we're the biggest municipality in Washington County. And we make up roughly 27% of the population of Washington County. So, yeah, so we're a big part of that. But, we have never deemed ourselves at the city of Hagerstown more important than Boonesbar or Hancock or Leitersburg or all those other areas.
Bob,
we never did.
Carl, what has he accomplished? What is he running on? That he's a fiscal conservative? Fiscal conservatism is great. It doesn't parlay over into, I voted for nothing, I stand for nothing. Who's advising him? This is a joke. I mean, he has Ray Givens out in Western Maryland representing him. He fails to show up half the time. There's several issues. I mean, it's been reported multiple times that Terry Baker received a $500 campaign check from one of the Republican clubs, either the Central Committee or the Washington County Republican Club, that went unreported. I know so many. County.
But that's a
that
rumor.
is conjecture.
That
is
a
hearsay.
rumor.
But there's several county commissioners that have called me up personally over the years and have complained up and down and sideways and vertical about Terry Baker's leadership. I won't mention any names, but these county commissioners who show up and take selfies at his events, they're the same commissioners that have called me up on the phone for hours at a time and have told me personally, how terrible he is, how unprepared that he is. The same guy that holds a secret meeting back last year that just randomly showed up on an off day to help his buddy at Williamsport High School, Terry Baker. I'm sorry, guys. I don't believe in his candidacy. I don't think that he has really any platform. I saw his website. It looked like a middle school science project. Guys, this is bad for Washington County. Well, he hasn't been good.
If he's been that bad of a commissioner,
why does he keep getting?
And he keeps getting those votes, then for you who are opposing that strongly, and I don't know him, I have no opinion one way or another on him. For you who are opposing that strongly, I'd be really scared because he's that bad, and it's been elected so often. But then that ought to bode well for his run for Congress.
He was a teacher in the Washington County school system forever. And I can't help but think
he hasn't been in a classroom for 10 years.
But I can't help but think that some of that support. I mean, he's probably great at glad handing and saying what people want to hear. But in my opinion, there's no follow through. And I think what we see with Donald Trump and just the craziness of that whole thing, aren't we at a point in our progression at this point that even the underinformed voters understand people that are going to do what they say?
Terry Baker's the Donald Trump of Washington County with better hair. I mean,
I don't know about that, but
guys, I'm sorry. I have this. It's a joke.
But he has an amazing base of support in this county.
He does.
I don't think he will have that same base of support.
Nobody knows his name outside of Washington County.
You know what? When we talk about gerrymandering and things like that have happened, over the last 5-6 years now with districts. I think it's going to be tough for anybody in Western Maryland to win the 6th district.
Yeah, I think so too.
Only because of the Democratic voter support.
Well, you need $1 million or more.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. And you know what? All joking aside, between Terry and I mean, we've gotten along fine.
Well, the problem that I have with Terry is that I completely disagree with his politics, but he's a genuinely nice guy. I believe, honestly, I've talked to him several times, and he seems like an amicable guy. I just think he is politically inept. That's my opinion.
I think we've said probably about all we can say on that. So Hillary Clinton for president. Stay with us.